welcome everyone to Well That Terrific Podcast, episode 17. A special Friday the 13th episode for this.
Happy Friday the 13th, everyone.
Yeah, this Friday the 13th weekend, we had our first Friday the 13th this year. There is another one, I believe, coming up, or is the next one in January? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
But I wanted to take this opportunity and, talk about Friday the 13th.
Is that what we're talking about?
Is that what we're talking about?
It's only fitting. It was only fitting if you guys guess. I know a lot of people were like, oh, when are you going to talk about Friday the 13th? We're going to talk about Jason. Like, it has been a little bit, not too long, but we haven't really mentioned Jason like that. But here it is, Friday the 13th.
So here's what my surprise is yes, I want to talk about Jason, but I want to talk about Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Those are two different things, my friend. One thing is Jason, the other is Friday the 13th.
True.
Now, I have a little list here, a little list of fun facts related to Friday the 13th.
Okay.
You ready? I got some cool ones.
There's some that I know, but I don't know if this is probably a lot. But okay, bring it.
No, so I'm gonna start with the more obvious ones, right? Did you know? I mean, this one I knew. There's no number. A lot of hotels skip the number 13. That you know why, right? Because they have a fear of the number 13. Now, do you know what that's called? Do you know what the phobia of the fear of the number 13 is called?
Fear of ghosts?
No. Yeah, this is the most difficult thing to pronounce ever. Triskaidekaphobia.
You don't know about triskaidekaphobia?
Yeah. That is
No
the fear of the number 13th. Now, do you know what's the fear of Friday the 13th? That is
Friday the 13th.
that is paraskevidcatrophobia.
Okay, first of all, I didn't know that there was such so
there is a thing. So apparently,
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, that's a thing. People fear not only the number 13th, but they also fear the number. They fear the actual day, Friday the 13th. And another fun fact: if I know you are already married, but if you want to have an inexpensive wedding, you pick Friday the 13th. Believe it or not, people avoid that date.
Get the heck out of here!
Yeah, I now that I think of it, I might use that.
Yeah, but what are the what are the odds that?
I know. I feel like you would have to.
How many times a year do we have Friday the 13th though?
I believe the most you can have it is like
twice.
I think it's 4 times. It happened once or something like that. But
Oh, really?
I think as of recently, the most I've seen is like 3.
Wow. Okay.
This one I did not know. There are no number 13 on planes. I never peeped this. I never peeped there's no number 13s. I don't know.
Like seating? Like you mean like seating?
Yeah. Apparently there's no number 13.
Wow.
I looked this up.
Was not aware of this either, actually.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong with this, but I looked this up and I tried to fact check it and I couldn't find anything that said like this was wrong. I saw it multiple times saying, yeah, there's no number 13. And apparently, like, the hotel thing has to do with the phobia, and not all hotels have that, but apparently planes do follow this.
Clearly, people there must have been a group of a huge number of people who have brought this to attention, and I guess companies and wedding venues and all this stuff. I guess they really took notice and decided to take away the number 13, give you discounts on the number 13, and so this is what you mean by this difference between Jason and Friday the 13th.
Yes. Friday the 13th is an actual day that people, fear.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well,
now, here's for my hip-hop fans. Did you know Tupac died on Friday, September 13th, 1996?
Okay, I'm going to say something, but it's a conversation for later. I don't believe Tupac is dead, but whatever. We're gonna talk about that later. We'll talk about. I think he's still alive somewhere in Cuba, wherever he is.
I can believe that.
Right.
So here's one that I found interesting because I've heard this phrase before. I didn't know the meaning behind it. Ready? Have you ever heard of a baker's dozen?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Do you know what a baker's dozen is? I mean, obviously,
we're trying to find some meaning now behind this. There's probably some trick behind this.
No, it's not. It's not. It's This is just a weird. I didn't. Okay, so a baker's dozen is 13, right?
Right.
Now, this might not be this not might be directly related to Friday the 13th, but I put it in here because it was a little interesting. In medieval times, the reason a baker's doesn't exist was because in medieval times, the merchants and stuff had a fear of coming up short. So instead of accidentally putting 11 instead of 12 and then getting killed, they would throw in an extra and give you 13.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. Listen, it's not just about horror here. We give you the knowledge, extensive knowledge on Friday the 13th. So,
and then here's a number of the amount of people that are scared. So it's estimated that 17 to 21 million people in the United States are affected by the fear of Friday the 13th.
21 million people?
17 to 21 million. This is in the USA.
That is blasphemy.
Yep.
That is Yo, hold up.
I wonder what our total population is and what's the percentage there.
I want to say 17 to 20 million people out there. What's wrong with you? It's just the date. There's nothing there. You can step on cracks. It's fun. Somebody made it up for fun. There's so many superstitions out there. Weird. That is weird.
Now think about our viewership now, right? There might be some people who say, "Hey, this is a Friday the 13th episode. I'm not listening to this, man. I'm scared."
Oh my God! Listen, you're free to do whatever you want. We are here to. I'm learning right now. We're like 6 minutes in, and I'm learning. So if you're not learning, knowledge is power, my friend.
That is true. Now here's a way to find out if there's going to be a Friday the 13th in the month without actually looking at the calendar. For a month to have a Friday the 13th, the month must begin on a Sunday. Now,
wow.
If you don't believe this, check the calendar.
It has to line up. Because it has to be 6th on a Friday, right? So like if it starts 1 on Sunday, 6 Friday, then yeah. But interesting.
I tried to find some origin on the day, right? Some historians believe that it goes back to the 19th century. The first documented mention of the holiday, or the day, was found in a biography of an Italian composer, Giancino Rossini, who died on Friday the 13th.
Oh my God.
On a 1907 book, Friday the 13th, by American businessman Thomas Lawson, may further perpetuated the superstition. Now, there's another account that suggests that this holiday actually has been existing since 1307, when on a Friday the 13th, the French king gave the orders to arrest hundreds of kings of the Templars in France. So this is as far back as I could go in terms of like finding the roots of this. So like, yeah, it seems like it was just kind of like one man died on this day, and
that's it. It's not like we have 7 billion people in the world, and like so many people. You know what it is? I'm excited. Like I think this is fun. All these things that we're learning about Friday the 13th. I just never realized it was so stupid.
Yeah. So the more research I did, I was like, this doesn't really have an origin. I thought it was going to be more exciting. I thought it was going to be like something crazy happened on Friday the 13th. But It's not even the most popular day people die on. I mean, I don't remember it because I actually didn't copy it here, but I looked it up after hearing that this man died on Friday the 13th because I wanted to see if maybe it was a thing where like a lot of people died on this day. Again, big one was Tupac, and apparently this guy once in the 19th century, and ever since then, people have been afraid.
Okay, so do you know what's the most popular day to die on?
What is it?
The most popular day to die is the 6th of January.
Wow, that's pretty sad, right after the New Year?
That is pretty sad. I mean, at least
that's like a weekend. Yeah,
I mean, that's the only connection that I can have related to her, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not June 6th, but All right, here's another one for the future, actually. So apparently, even outer space isn't safe. So on Friday, April 13th, 2029, a large asteroid will fly close enough to Earth to be visible without a telescope in Africa, Europe, and Asia, according to NASA. Again, it's just going to fly close to us, but for some reason, people want to, this is just something that's out there that people believe.
Yeah.
Yep. And some celebrities that are born on Friday the 13th include Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Steve Buscemi, Max Weinberg. These are all people who are born Friday the 13th.
Wow. It's a lot of information for 10 minutes for a day.
Listen, I just wanted to start off with some weird, interesting, fun facts.
I love it. I support it. I learned a lot right now.
Yeah. So this is I guess this will be my last one here. I didn't know this, and I am from a Spanish-speaking country, but apparently in some Spanish-speaking countries, Tuesdays, the 13th, is considered bad luck. So it's not Friday the 13th, it's Tuesday the 13th. And it has some relation to the Roman god of war. There's a cautionary saying on Tuesdays, don't get married, don't take a trip, or don't leave your home.
Oh, believe it or not, so I am Albanian Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that is a thing for us too. So on Tuesdays, you shouldn't move. You shouldn't like get engaged or married or anything auspicious. You don't do on a Tuesday.
I wonder, like, how far are the origins of this? And it's interesting.
I have no idea. The thing is, word of mouth carries so much weight.
There's some similarities there from like two total different places.
Of course.
People just agree that Tuesdays are bad days, even though we're talking about Friday the 13th, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Friday the 13th. I am Mr. S. And Tom Cruise has blessed us with a lot of Friday the 13th memories. That's actually interesting. Yes, we wanted to talk about that, but we also want to talk about Friday the 13th movies. Yes, what Tom Cruise has right there in the background and holding in his hand.
So before we dive in, I actually wanted to mention something. So
go ahead.
This was the very first box set I have ever owned. I got this I was in 8th grade, I think. So my brother actually gave this to me as a gift. And I knew we were going to talk about the series, so I wanted to rewatch some of it. But I realized, because Jason is honestly my favorite killer, even more than Michael.
He's your favorite killer?
He is my favorite.
Okay.
Now, because this was my first box set, it was like the first set of movies that I saw as a kid when it came to like horror, or like that I owned, I would say. Not that I saw, that I owned. Michael was probably the first movie that I saw, or the original Halloween, but this was the first box set that I owned, and I rewatched it so many times. I can name all these movies off the top of my head and tell you everything that happens for the most part.
Okay.
And I just felt like this means a lot to me. I also have the Freddy box set, but that I purchased myself years later on. But like Jason is just has a connection to me.
Okay, so your favorite movie is Halloween.
Yes,
I'm guessing your favorite horror franchise as well.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm really thinking like franchise. It's rough.
Okay, so favorite movie Halloween. My favorite killer is
Jason. My favorite killer is Jason.
Interesting.
My favorite killer is definitely Jason.
Maybe we should make an episode comparing Michael and Jason. Because
we could. And if they ever fought, we could discuss that too.
Exactly, and you know what's funny?
Watches him, but
and the horror fan in me, growing up, I always compare them.
Yeah, and I know we did a poll recently, and they're still on that poll.
They're still on that poll. They're still there. They're still there.
They're still there.
But Jason Voorhees has been iconic. He is a legend of a slasher, a killer, and it took over the 80s, and it's been referenced a lot in other movies. It's been used in video games. It's like everyone knows. If they don't know Friday the 13th movies, they know who Jason Voorhees is. And he's definitely iconic, and that's something that we want to talk about, and just the movies, and like I guess how it originated, and what we think about it, and kind of how we see it moving forward after this whole suit that just took place. So
we could talk about that too, but I don't know if you want to start on a sour note.
Nah. We'll say that for later. We'll start doing something a little bit more positive here. But Friday the 13th, 1980, first
Correct.
release. It took over in the 80s, and the thing about these movies is that every year we had another movie, a sequel to the prior.
At least for the first like 8 movies, right?
Yeah, man, it's insane. Insane. Well, there's reasons why. I guess we'll go in a little bit more in depth to that, but there
was a gap between 3 and 4, but besides that, there was.
I think it was 80, a minor
81,
gap.
82,
it was a minor gap. Yeah.
No, but I mean in terms of like the actual release date, so it was 80, 81, 82, 84, 85, 86.
Yeah.
And then 88, 89.
Yeah, I think it was 16 months between 3 and 4. 16 months it was.
Yeah. But for the most part, they were back to back to back.
Back to back to back. Yeah.
Nobody did it better.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I growing up, I loved horror, so I loved watching these movies. I was a fan of it. I definitely was more creeped out watching these movies for some reason, and I still, kind of am, not as much as I was before, but there's a certain formula Friday the 13th has that is just very eerie and very, I want to say,
so I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you off there, yeah, because I agree early on, but then to me the franchise just becomes what I was personally looking for, and I think the reason why a majority of the fans like the later entries in the series was it becomes a slasher. Like it's a slasher at heart.
Yeah,
I agree with you with like the creepiness and everything, especially 1, 2, 3. But the more you get into these movies, you just want to see Jason kill people. I'm not watching it for the tension anymore. I mean, even though there is someone, he pops out of nowhere and stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing. The first 4, 5 movies, and they do this a lot. Like Friday the 13th does this a lot. The cast or the actors that no one cares for them. That's why they're not memorable at all. Like unlike Halloween or Scream or whatever franchise you want to talk about, you know who those characters are. When they die, you feel something. With even Friday the 13th cast, there's nobody. I mean, at least me I don't
Tommy.
care about besides Tommy, but even
and really Tommy, you don't really care about him.
Yeah, his whole story, his I guess if you want to call it an arc when he in Jason Lives, but him like no one else. Like there's nothing going on there. Like even the full final girl. What you call it, tradition, like even those are like so anticlimactic, like they survived like in 1980. What was her name, the one that survived? Alice, I think her name was Alice.
Was
she
Alice
survives Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it was Alice.
Yeah, Alice, she like survives like the first movie, and like acting, by the way, was like horrible. They didn't have money. Like
no.
Fine.
It's for what it was and the time that it was. You can't judge it. If you're comparing it to something now, it's never gonna live up to it. But,
I'm not. But even then, bro, like it was whatever.
Yeah.
It gets better. It gets better. There was a lot of things going on with the movie. It was like
the acting definitely gets better as the movies go on.
Of course, but like the characters remain the same. That formula of characters, like
no. But I feel like they established that formula and people liked it, and that's why they kept it going.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. So here's the thing about these movies, right? Yes, you're right. You have these actors, these group of kids, but I feel like this is also the franchise that helped build what movies like Scream established, that those rules, right?
Absolutely.
You knew in this movie that the moment you saw somebody have sex, they were dying. They were dying. You saw them do drugs, they were dying.
They were dying. And they threw a bunch of randoms every time. They were dying. Anyone who has nothing to do with anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So like there were certain rules that that were blatantly obvious to like they weren't even hiding it. It was just obvious to that point.
Right.
So like you don't necessarily need the best actors if you're just gonna kill them. But I feel like as the movies go on, and again, these movies don't take a lot to make either. So that's a good point to your like. Yeah. That's one of the reasons that people love making these slashers. Like outside of Freddy, who actually needs some sort of CGI work and stuff like that, like in Dreams and stuff. Here, you don't really need anything.
True.
So like the same thing with Halloween. When you just have a killer in a mask, everything else could be practical effects. That was a lot more difficult to do with something like Freddy. And you are definitely right in terms of like the characters in all these movies, because there is no like, I don't know, there's no likable or
there's no attachment. There's no attachment to these characters. You don't care about these characters.
Even Freddy does a better job, and Halloween does a million times better job.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
Halloween gave you Laurie, gave you Jamie, gave you Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
They gave you characters to care.
Yeah, absolutely. Fun fact: Sean Cunningham, director of the first one and writer, he used Halloween. He was inspired by Halloween, and then Friday the 13th went on, and then Kevin Williamson was inspired by Friday the 13th. So it's amazing what a film can do.
Yeah, they inspire each other.
Especially, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the story. How do we feel about the story of Jason Voorhees? Okay, so the story of Jason Voorhees takes place at Camp Crystal Lake. Jason was a kid there, and they had counselors who were essentially having sex, not doing their jobs right, and Jason ends up drowning. Jason's mother, Betsy Palmer, years later, goes to the Camp Crystal Lake and kills all the counselors one by one there. Turns out Jason lives somehow, and he ends up killing everyone who becomes like a counselor there. That's pretty much the gist of it. How do you like that story?
I like it, but as somebody who's seen all these movies, it gets retconned a lot. So you go with first, he drowned, right? And then at the end of the movie, they do tease it or they do show it, right? He comes out of the water and grabs her.
Hallucination, they call it.
Yeah, hallucination. You don't really know if he was there or not, which I thought was pretty cool.
Right.
So like it opens that door for them to continue it and then bring him. He's alive. He's in 2. But then every ending, it seems like they retcon and bring him back him back. He's alive in these movies, right? Until 4. He's
4. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about Friday movies, though, is that you have to keep an open mind in the sense that anything and everything is possible. And that, I don't know how I feel about that, to be quite honest. I'm not bashing Friday. I love Friday 13th. I love Jason Voorhees, legend, absolute legend. I love him. Love the movies for what it is. But it's definitely.
I don't know if you're subbing Jason Lives here because of the whole resurrection.
Well, yes and no, because that's where shit just. Like, if you have an open mind, like when you see Jason, lives, that's a fucking whole different thing. Like, anything is possible. Like, don't even,
No, but you see, like, I don't know. I get what you're saying, but when I'm watching that movie, having watched the previous 5, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind it.
But
I
that
think
justification for it being a good movie?
But is 6 not the best movie in the franchise?
Okay, yes. It's yes, it is.
So,
it probably is. Yes,
it definitely is.
Because Tommy Jarvis and the whole Jason coming back.
The cast is way better. There's
cast with Tony Goldman at the time. He was young. There's it's absolutely.
It's
no
the
question.
best movie in the franchise.
Do I like the idea of Jason coming back from a bolt of lightning? No, I think that's absolutely stupid. But that's the type of movie.
Fun. It's fun, and it's an '80s movie or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's 6 was what, 87? I don't remember.
Probably. If 1, 2, 3, around 867. But listen, I like the story. I think the story is cool. I think Betsy Palmer has something to do with it. I think, fun fact, she wasn't casted.
Oh, 6 was actually 86.
She wasn't casted. Betsy Palmer was not casted as Mrs. Voorhees until towards the end of the movie. So like all the killings you see prior are people from the cast. People from the crew. I think makeup artists, a lot of stuff, they were all there. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. And she only wanted to do it because she really needed a car. So she's like, fine, I'll do it. Let me just get a car. And then she came up with the backstory on the spot. Like, they didn't know that was going to be it. So she did it. Because of her, like, that story was there.
But it's awesome. It works because you don't really
It works.
Friday the 13th has a mystery behind it. At least the first one does.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have a little camp
Crystal Lake.
Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah. Now, it was shot in New Jersey and Connecticut and Cali. That was part 3. Part 3, they had to make their own lake, and it was just horrible. That's the thing. That's the thing about these movies that they did a lot. They did a lot of things that just, like, that sucked. Like, the cast sucked. The cast were forced to do, like, nudity. Like, they didn't appreciate it. Like, there were a lot of things last minute that they really had no say in, and I don't know, and, like, the fake lake.
I feel like that's a lot of 80s movies, though.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and part 3 was like the 3D era. So
yes,
everything in part 3 was like so towards the camera, and like
they all had that phase.
Yeah,
Halloween actually never did it.
It was insane. Like, so yeah,
Halloween
exactly. never did it. You're right.
But Freddy did. Freddy did 6. Freddy's dead.
Yeah,
Freddy's dead has the same thing.
No, it worked.
It even if you bought the DVD or the VHS, my bad, it came with 3D glasses. It was red and blue.
I have a question for you. Why do you think Jason works?
Why do I think Jason works? Honestly, I just think it was just they made him scary, or they made him this impossible person.
That was creepy, though. I'm not gonna lie. When I see that, I'm like, "Yo, shit,
yeah,
what's coming?"
I mean, that's part of it too. That kill, mom. That's what that's supposed to be.
Yeah, and this score too. This score was very different and very creepy. I loved it. I love
like
their
score. I
yeah.
do like their score. But I thought you meant more so like the character. But yeah, if you're talking about the movie, and I mean the
the movies, but as well, they all come to play, you know. But yeah, I guess if you want to go individually, you can answer it individually. Like, why does Jason work?
Yeah, but that little ad-lib that you did there, that definitely is scary as hell. Yeah. But just the fact they made him like this huge man, and he was unstoppable. He was an unstoppable force. And then as the movies progressed, and he got more and more damaged, and then he got his mask, and he was just kept coming.
I'm gonna tell you what freaked me out about Jason. So when I was younger, and like I told you, I would watch Jason movies. I would compare it to Michael. I would all the time, you know, because Michael is my favorite. In my head, I would create scenarios where I can escape from each killer. You know, it was scarier for me to escape from Jason than Michael, because Michael could walk. Jason can run. Jason can run. You can't. It's harder to kill him. There's so many things that played a role that I was just so freaked out. Like Jason freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah. So they do show Michael like running or a little bit more, especially in the earlier movies. As the movies progress, he's just fast walks. But one of the things, like, I feel like Jason is the meaning behind that whole myth of, like, you can't run away from a killer. He just teleports in front of you. Yeah. Like, he does that more than Michael.
Yeah.
I feel like he definitely does than Michael.
Have you ever seen, you've seen, obviously, but 2000, the remake of Friday the 13th, that opening sequence where he runs and just, with the machine. Yo, that is insanely scary. The fear in me.
So while we're on this movie, we'll eventually circle back to it. But Friday the 13th, the remake, that's 2009, you said? I like that movie. One of the better remakes. Way better than the Freddy remake. Honestly, has the best intro sequence of any horror movie. Arguably, Scream has a better one. But that horror intro, it was long. It's like 30 minutes. But when I was in the theater and it starts... and all this happens, and then it goes. You know, he runs to the guy that's like on the bear trap and gets him. Bro, I was hooked. I was like, this is one of the better horror intros ever. Yeah, and it was like 30 minutes before you got to a title screen, and I was like, holy shit! Yeah. Like, I am in for a treat. Like, I don't know how long the movie was, but I wish it was longer. Like, at that point, it should have been 30 minutes of a title sequence, and then another hour and a half, because that movie was great. But I love that movie because they explain a lot of things, and they basically take 1, 2, and 3 and combine it into one movie, which was a plan that they wanted to do with a lot of different movies that they had mentioned that were eventually gonna come out with Jason.
I agree. I thought it was
because the movie starts off and you know they show his whole mom getting killed. He gets the mask. It's meant to be like a combination of the three. And I know I'm cutting you off, but go ahead. I like it. Go ahead. Last thing I want to mention, it basically justifies his teleportation and stuff like that because they established that he has this sort of tunnel system under Crystal Lake. Yeah. That's fucking genius.
Yeah, no, I think it was
he was smart.
Well thought. It was well thought out. So I didn't have any issues with 2009, to be quite honest with you. Maybe the cast, maybe some of the people that I really didn't care about. Other than that, I thought it was fine. It paid homage to Friday the 13th a lot with like certain kills and certain Jason appearances, which is fine.
It's a shame we didn't get a sequel.
One thing I wasn't really a fan of was the reasoning. Like, he captured the lady, and the fact that Jason doesn't capture people.
Well, it was a reference to the first movie. Or to the second movie. Second one
with Ginny wearing like the mom's sweater. I get that, but still, Jason doesn't capture.
I know, but that's the whole thing where like he fools you. Also, shout out to the Friday the 13th video game. I don't know. I don't know if you have ever played it.
I've played it. My brother played it immensely. Like, he played it a lot.
I actually funded that game on Kickstarter.
And I
was one of the early adopters. So I played it. They had to stop development because of everything that's going on. Yeah. But it had that. It had the whole sweater thing. In that game, you could kill Jason if you got somebody to wear the sweater, and somebody had to die and come back as Tommy. Somebody had to stun him with the sweater, and then hit him as Tommy, and then he gets on his knees or something.
Very rare that you do that though. Very rare that you.
I know. Everybody has.
You escape with the car. It was very rare that you did that though.
No, it was like a teamwork thing. You had to get like everybody to fucking gang up on him.
I'm saying to kill Jason, to kill him was very, very rare.
No, of course.
To win, you can win easily by escaping, but the game was fun.
But it was possible. You could escape by car. You could escape by boat. Yeah. They made it so that you had things to do. Honestly, if that ever gets resolved, they have a huge like opportunity there. The game was successful.
The sad thing was that they were trying to do the Jason X map, and they never got to do it because of that whole lawsuit. How sick would that map been? It was a great game. Like it was very, very on par with like Camp Crystal Lake, Jason's abilities, some characters like Fox. I think she was in it. A lot of great things. Tommy Jarvis coming back and it was very interactive, very fun, bro, and very scary. Very scary, bro.
Yeah, it was an actual scary game. But like the most impressive thing was like the attention to detail and like Absolutely. The abilities, all the different Jasons per movie. Like Jason from 4 ran, the other Jasons didn't run, or certain Jasons didn't. You know, they had the 6th one with the stick, and then they had the one with the axe. They had
all those skins. Yeah, and each skin was different. The one with
had different abilities, had different kills. They had animations for the kills.
Some can run. It was great. They
had kills that you could do with the environment. It was so genius, and they got Kane Hodder to act out all the kills.
Yeah,
come on, bro. How do you not love this?
Yeah,
it's a shame. It's a shame.
It's so unfortunate that something like that had to be the end of it, and like a lot of fans, you know.
Yeah,
just sad, disappointed, you know, and it sucks. It does suck, but hopefully,
comment below if you want more of that game, or if you want to see another Friday the 13th game,
or share your best clips, your funny clips. There's a lot of funny clips with it, you know. Yeah. So if you have those, that'd be great to see too.
Is that game still active? Can we still play online? I think
you can still play it online. You can still play it online. It's still active.
Maybe we do a stream. Maybe we play that.
Maybe we do a stream. And also, seriously, if anyone really is playing that game and you have great clips or funny clips, we'll share it. Yeah, I don't mind sharing it. I think that'll be dope. But yeah, there's a lot of great, you know, Friday the 13th moments, a lot of great movies, and just I don't know, man.
We could do a highlight reel of all of them.
We can do a highlight reel of all of them. Just funny, a lot of screams, a lot of laughs. I'll say that. And Jason Voorhees. A lot of people like to see him go on. A lot of people think they can put him in different scenarios. You know, with Freddy versus Jason, I know that was a huge.
I missed that movie in the theater. I never got the opportunity to see it in the theater.
It was a dream come true for a lot of fans. Freddy vs. Jason opening weekend made $36.4 million. Overall, it made $82 million. But it's the second highest.
I really like that movie too. I know it's cheesy and stuff. But
I'm sorry. It's the highest gross Friday the 13th film ever. It's the highest ever. It's $82 million. No other Friday the 13th movie made more that I know.
I'm not surprised, but like,
isn't that insane?
The anticipation of it. You know that those tease for this since Jason Goes to Hell, right? So do you remember I love this. I love rewatching this and showing it to
the
people.
The ending.
Yeah, the ending of Jason Goes to Hell.
That's insane.
You see the mask. Yeah, imagine. This is one of the things that I think of. Like, imagine being in a theater, right? You know, you see the announcement they're coming out with Jason Goes to Hell. You go to the theater. Hear me out on this. Ready? You go to the theater, you're watching Jason Goes to Hell. You're watching it goes to the end. It's finishing, you know, you're about to walk out. You see his mask on the floor. You're waiting for the end credits. And boom, Freddy's glove comes out and you hear his laugh and he grabs the mask.
It's the mask.
Bro, in today's time, that's the equivalent of Thanos coming out at the end of Avengers.
Yo, that is so true. And now imagine this. 10 years later, they announced it Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah,
that's insane. I'm like, as a horror fan and most importantly a Jason fan and a Freddy fan, to see them both clash like that, to see it become.
Wait, was it 10 years later? Because Jason Goes to Hell was 1999.
I can fact check it.
Jason Goes to Hell was 1999. Oh no, sorry, you're right. 1993.
1993.
Why am I thinking 99?
Freddy versus Jason was 2003.
Yeah, 10 years later they released it. Correct. You're right.
We're kind of jumping all over the place with Jason, but that's what Jason is, though. Jason is here and there, and anything is possible. So that's a great thing. What do you think about Freddy versus Jason, though?
I was gonna say before we get to Freddy versus Jason, what do you think about Jason Goes to Hell? That movie was weird. That's honestly one of my
probably
least favorite movies.
I was about to say that's probably the worst. No, actually, no. Jason Takes Manhattan is the worst one, and then Goes to Hell.
Jason Takes Manhattan is pretty bad. Nah. I would argue I don't really like not Final Chapter, New Beginning either.
I like New Beginning. I feel like New Beginning is so unappreciated and so underrated. I feel like
it's the Halloween 3 of the series.
People call it that. People call it that. People call it that. No, I like it.
Skip. It's the only one without Jason, really.
It's without Jason, but it is with Jason, and hence you obviously know that because he has like the blue mask and whatever. But yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of felt like, if anything, the characters in that movie were much more, That's the one with Tommy.
I just hated Tommy.
He has his hallucinations and stuff like that.
That was the worst Tommy. Oh my god.
Well, that's because Tommy is like, this is the aftermath of the final chapter and like his hallucinations and stuff like that.
If you're taking all the movies into consideration, obviously you wouldn't have if you saw 5 and 6 wasn't out. But if you're taking 4, 5, 6, you say like, how the hell does Tommy from 5 fit in? Like 6 basically ignores 5. 6, when he's pissed off and he goes back to the grave, he's thinking about the events of 4. So 6 is also the aftermath of 4. 5 it's basically discredited if you watch 6.
Yeah, they're trying to.
They're retconning.
No, I mean, yeah, I get it. A lot of people say that. Me personally, I liked it. I thought it was probably one of the top ones. I don't think I kind of like it.
Nah, I don't think it was bad. I treated it as the Halloween 3 of the series. Again, Halloween 3 is not a bad movie. It's just not to me. It's barely part of the series. But yeah, Jason Goes to Hell to me is probably the worst one.
Jason, Takes Manhattan for me is the worst one, and then it's Jason.
Takes Manhattan is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It's horrible. What is the story there? I feel like I must have watched it like twice and never ended up watching it again.
Bro,
it's absolutely
the idea that he goes on a cruise ship and then ends up in Manhattan.
Oh, horrible, just horrible. And like in the Times Square and like, come on, bro, like, and just like
he takes off his mask.
The buildings and like it's just horrible.
He's kind of a good guy in that movie too. It's weird.
But I don't know.
7 where they combined Carrie. They basically said Carrie versus Jason. In New Blood.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realized that's what they were doing.
Yeah, that's what they were going for.
In 7 he looks the coolest. I'll tell you that, with all his like skeletons.
He looks good. I'm trying to. What I was gonna say something. Oh, Jason Lives. I want to talk about that. Good movie. One of the best ones. I do wish that the character from Final Chapter was there. I guess I think he wanted to become a pastor. He didn't want to do any more movies. But
which one?
The guy from New Beginning, the guy who played Tommy Jarvis, he didn't want to do any more movies after that. I think.
Oh, you mean the Tommy from 5? You wanted him in 6?
Yeah, to have some type of
continuity. No
continuity. That's the problem.
It wasn't. It wasn't the same Tommy in 4 either. It wasn't the same Tommy in 4, 5.
Well, he had a lot of personal problems.
No, of course.
And he was big in the 80s. He was big. I know he was in Stand By Me. I forgot his name.
But what I'm saying is I'm perfectly fine with the Tommy that we got in 6. Who's what's his name? Tom Matthews. Yeah. Which, by the way, I know we spoke about this off air, but he's in a couple of the fan made Jason movies, which are also really good.
Dope.
Yeah, that's dope. There's some really good fan made Friday the 13th movies.
I seriously appreciate people who continue things for the fans. I feel like that would be me.
Yeah, Never Hike Alone. That's fucking cool as hell.
That was a good one. That Never Hike Alone was a good one.
And now they're coming out with Never Hike Alone 2, which is gonna have Tom Matthews. I know he's at the end.
You mentioned this, I think, in the last one too.
Yep.
Do you want to do a quick comparison of Jason and Michael?
Listen, I think we need an entire episode for that.
We do. We do need an entire episode for that. We do.
Let's do something really quick. Who wins in a fight?
Who wins in a fight?
I think Jason obliterates him. I think Jason does Michael the way he did that boxer.
I'll tell you what.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's a good scene in Jason Takes Manhattan. You remember that scene from Jason Takes Manhattan?
When he punches the guy out of nowhere? And
the boxer, the boxer's like punching him and
he gets head up. Yeah,
he gets super exhausted. He punches his head.
Michael has taken a lot of hits too.
No, I'm joking. I'm just saying that's a pretty cool.
I'll say this. I'll say this. Michael, so Jason was hinted. Jason was supernatural or whatever you want to call it from the very beginning. Drowning, undrowning, coming back from the dead.
Michael was never supernatural. Yeah.
Until like 6, if you want to really look at Curse as him being like that. So if you ask me,
he never dies, right? In 6, he never dies. 7,
he doesn't. What I'm trying to say is like now when you see Halloween Kills,
which by the way, hold up, I would rather come back from a lightning bolt than have some bullshit ass curse with a thorn. That storyline is way worse than coming back from a lightning bolt.
Storyline is worse, but I would not come back from a lightning bolt.
Yeah, but the coming back from a lightning bolt just happens in like the first 10 minutes of the movie. At least it's not the entire plot.
I'm not gonna disregard that. That's gonna piss me off the whole movie. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's way better than the thorn and sacrificing and.
Yeah, because they kind of just do it and get it over with. Like,
and then he insinuate that he has sex with his niece or something like that.
No, that whole I hate 6 so much. I just want to take it off the whole.
6 is a terrible movie.
Horrible. But it's better than Kills though, so it's fine, right?
Oh yeah, it's probably better than Kills.
Stop it.
The doctor scene.
No, stop it. So earlier, like I would be like, yo, absolutely, Jason, because it is true. Jason would probably like, I don't know. But Michael is strong too, man. Michael is strong, and especially he kills all those people there. He kills all that, and we definitely know he's supernatural now. It's like, yo,
that's where your argument is. So
yeah, that is
I would have easily said Jason prior to this David Gordon Green trilogy. Now you're like, okay, he's supernatural and he's fucking tank, so maybe now he can actually fight Jason.
Unless it's Cyber Jason, because that motherfucker was on another level. He looks so clean, though. I like that look. I know people don't like it. I love that look.
I know we said Jason Goes to Hell is bad, but you remember his look with the brains coming out of his head?
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
But the Jason X. Okay, it's a cheesy ass movie. It has a whole bunch of mistakes, but it was fun.
I like Jason X. I like Jason X.
It has some of the most iconic kills too.
The future, like the whole freeze thing and the I like it. I don't know.
It's a cheesy ass movie. I had the DVD.
But that's the thing. I appreciate the Friday the 13th or the Jason movies because, like I said, anything is possible. Being back from lightning and Jason Goes to Hell, going in people's bodies and space and like those things are insane. Like the fact that it came to film is insane. Halloween was different. Halloween is more of just one person, a story. Like definitely a better story in my opinion. But Jason is just untouchable in terms of possibilities. I don't know.
I think he agrees with you.
Oh, that's sick. That's actually sick.
It's on a little dummy. It's a dummy.
Nah, I like it. I would buy those Jason masks for what you call it. They're like not even cardboard. It's like such plastic. Like it was insane. It's insanely light. But nah.
I'm a record like this from now on.
You know what's funny? They didn't have plans to have a hockey mask for him.
He has the darkest eyes.
No, I think part that is Michael, aka Dr. Loomis. But I think part 3 is when he wears a mask for the first time.
Yes, he gets the mask from the Joker.
I don't think they planned on having that mask, and I also don't think they planned on keeping that mask for a while. And they just ended up being there. How crazy is that? I think that's like a Detroit team or something like that. A Detroit team, if I'm not mistaken. How sick is that?
I have no idea, but it was. I know he got it from the jokester in that movie.
Yeah, the boy who cried wolf, the guy who he slits his throat.
Yep. And yeah, he faces death like 3 times in the movie until he actually gets killed and they ignore it.
Yeah. You want to quickly rank Friday the 13th before we?
Sure. Let's crank it. I'm just moving this. I have the mask in a little clear container. I only took it out for this special recording.
Nice.
All right. So, want to do top? You want to do bottom up or what?
Yeah, bottom up always. Let's do it. Worst and foremost.
For me, it's gonna be Jason Goes to Hell.
For me, it's Manhattan.
I have Jason. I have Manhattan afterwards.
I have Hell afterwards.
Yeah. After that, it's All right, I'm gonna rank it based on quality of the movie, not whether I like it or not. Because I would say,
okay,
because
I'm gonna do mix. I'm gonna do both because I also want to enjoy the movie as well as does that make sense? That so I'm gonna do that.
For me, I mean, I don't really like 5. Like 5 is one of the ones that I don't like.
No, I like 5. I like 5.
But I would do 9, 9, 8. I'm gonna have to say 5, man. I don't like 5. I just personally don't like it. I know it's not a bad movie. I just don't like it, and I think the fact that it's not Jason just takes it off of me. Just like removes me from the movie.
So you are rating it based on your
yeah, I can't. I can't. I just for me, I just can't do it. What's next for you?
All right. So I have what is it? I have Jason Goes to Hell.
8, 9.
No, 8, 9. No, not Jason Lives. New Blood, right?
New Blood is the Carrie one.
Yeah, New Blood. I'll probably put New Blood then after that.
Put New Blood down there?
Yeah.
That's rough. I actually like New Blood outside of his cheesiness, and I think it's mostly because he looks cool. I'm going to put Jason X.
I'm going to put Jason next.
Okay. So, Jason X, I'm going to put Friday the 13th Part 2.
No, Part 2 is nice too. What do you mean?
No, I don't like Part 2.
I'm gonna put Part 3.
You're gonna put 3 first?
No, okay. after Jason X. Even though it made a lot of money, I know it made a lot of money in the box office.
I'm gonna do 2, 7 afterwards.
7?
Yep.
No, I'm gonna put
7 is New Blood.
7 is New Blood. Wait, hold up. What do I have?
I'm looking at the list. That's how it makes it easier for me.
Okay. So I have what I have left. No, I like Part 3 too, actually. Actually, no, what? I'll put New Blood next. Even though I liked it, I'll put New Blood next.
Didn't you put that already?
No, I didn't.
You did. You did say it. You just said you didn't like New Blood.
No, I'm sorry. New Beginning. I'm sorry.
New Beginning. Okay.
New Beginning. I put next.
Gotcha. I'm going to put 3 next.
I'll put 3 next also.
So now we have.
I have 2. I have 1. I have Freddy versus Jason.
Wait, hold up. Did we say 8? Because 8 was like bottom. I think we skipped 8. Did we not say 8? Jason Takes Manhattan. No, Jason Takes Manhattan. All right.
I said that. That's the worst one.
Oh, okay. So I have 9, 8, 2. No, 9, 8, 5, 2, 3.
It's too many movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies.
Okay.
2, 3, 7. Actually, no. I said 10. No, I said 2, 3. No. Between 5, I put X. So I have 9, 8, 5, X, 2, 3, 7. So far.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Manhattan. Jason Takes Manhattan. I'm gonna do what I do next. Jason Goes to Hell. New Blood.
That's 7.
Yeah, that's 7. Then I'm gonna do. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Part 3 next. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of Part 3.
7 then 3.
Yeah, 7 and 3. Then I'm gonna do New Beginning.
5.
Then I'm gonna do 4.
Damn, you have 4. 4 is one of my top ones.
Yeah, it is one of the top ones. Final Chapter. This guy, my guy from Back to the Future. He's a G. It was nice. Oh, did you ever see his dance that he does? The movie, he made it himself. Yeah. He made everybody laugh because he kept doing it. Actually, no. Part 2. Part 4. Jason X. Freddy versus Jason. And the classic. First one. Yes, I'm that type of guy who won't let it go. So what? The first one I watched.
The first one is my top 3, but it's not my number 1.
Yeah, it can easily not be number 1 though. because it's just a basic movie. It's nothing. It's so long until things happen, and it's
to me, it's up there with 4. It's between 1 and 4. I have 1 and 4 like tied on my list.
4 is dope. 4 is dope.
So I think I got them all. I have 9. So I have New Beginning, Jason Takes Manhattan. Sorry, not No Beginning. Jason Goes to Hell, Jason Takes Manhattan, A New Beginning, Jason X, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3, A New Blood. Then I have 4 tied with 1. Then I have Freddy versus Jason, and then I have 6.
The thing about this is that it can change easily. Like if I watch like one movie and I'm like, oh, I guess I like that better. And it's not like other concrete, rankings.
My judgment on these movies is a little tricky, right? Because I know I know realistically, 4 and 1 are better movies than Freddy vs. Jason, but Freddy vs. Jason was just such a big event that it's huge to me. If I'm ranking it based on just being like the merit of a movie, I would rank Friday the 13th Part 4 and the original Friday the 13th as better movies than Freddy vs. Jason. But as I'm ranking it based on what I like and how big it was, to me, Freddy vs. Jason was huge. And it meant a lot to me in particular because I was a big Freddy fan, a big Jason fan.
Okay, yeah.
So I would say, yeah, I think that's all the movies. How many movies are there total? And we're not even ranking the remake.
Oh, shit, that's right. I didn't even rank the remake. There's a lot of movies. Remake, honestly? Top 4.
Yeah, it's probably my top 5.
Top 4.
I'll probably put it behind 4 or after 4 and 1, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we have for.
So now that I come to think of it, I think Freddy might actually be my favorite franchise. So I have like a little thing between all 3.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, I do like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Stop it,
bro! Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 3, Dream Warriors.
Stop it. 1 fine, 2 dragged insanely. Yo,
what I want to say about 2, I can't say without getting canceled, so I'm not gonna say anything about that movie. Okay. 3 is Dream Warriors. I actually like Dream. You don't like Dream Warriors?
Oh my god, bro!
3 is one of the better movies in the entire franchise.
Fine. No, I'm just thinking about the franchise in general, and then Child and like the whole.
No, 5 is the worst one. Dream Child is the worst one.
I know.
Dream Master is 4. Freddy's Dead is rough. Freddy's Dead is probably the worst. Arguably, I don't know, between 6 and 5.
Freddy Krueger may be more iconic than Jason. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. But the movies are not the best.
Okay. I'll give you 3 movies that are really good from, actually 4. Possibly.
You know, how about we just save it for another time? Because this is something I got to get into also, man.
I might involve a guest for this one.
Okay.
But I can defend it. I feel like between Wes Craven's New Nightmare, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and Dream Warriors,
those are the best.
Those are the best
ones.
Yeah, but those are arguably those 3 movies are probably better than any movie in the Friday the 13th series.
Yeah, this story was a little bit more solid in Friday the 13th. I mean,
the only thing you can compare it to is 6, which is the best one. And then if you're comparing it to Halloween, then you can compare it. But Halloween, arguably, again, if I'm thinking Halloween as a franchise, I'm not taking into account David Gordon Green. The 2 big movies were the original. Well, 1 and 2, I would say 1, 2, and 4.
Okay.
Everything else, let's be honest.
Okay.
5, 6.
We got to talk about that. We got to talk about
5, 6, 7, 8. Who cares about those movies?
We got to talk about it. I agree, bro. We got to talk about it.
But you agree.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. That was Friday the 13th. But,
okay. For the next time we talk about this, out of those 3 franchises, we're going to argue which has the better movies. Next time.
We can do that. Not a problem. That was Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees, icon, legend, love him. Definitely, when you think of horror, you think of Jason.
Let's hear to that lawsuit ending and them finally continuing to make more movies and continue everything, the games between, is it Sean S. Cunningham and the screenplay writer, which was, what's his name? Victor Miller or something like that?
I think so, yeah, Victor Miller. fact check that. But
yes, so hopefully that ends soon.
I don't know. It's been a while, man.
I know they could have made a couple movies with all.
Yeah, a couple movies. Game could have continued.
They could have made. They both could have made money.
Yeah, they both could. It is what it is. No one wants to give up these rights.
Yeah.
They're claiming that it's theirs. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. All right.
Very quickly.
Yep.
Just want to move on to, what some things you want to catch up on in terms of the horror world. I'm gonna start off real quick if that's okay with you. First and foremost, Stranger Things. They released a poster. It's a sick poster. I like it. It's all the characters we're gonna see in season 4. Everybody's there. I'm very excited. Again, May 27th. I'm having my calendar over there. It's coming out 2 volumes. Second one is in July 1st. I'm anticipating some deaths here. I want a great story. Netflix has released context on each character, like in the season. So if you want to go read that, you see what they're doing, what to expect from those characters in that season.
Okay. You're definitely following this a little bit more than I am. I'm just more. I can't wait for it. I'm just gonna wait till it drops and watch it. I'm not looking at anything, any more teasers, trailers, posters, reading anything. I'm just gonna wait at this point. Let's just watch it.
Okay.
Let it speak for itself. But I'm excited. The trailer definitely got me bumped. Really excited.
Nice.
What else do we got? We got. So I know this week, Firestarter is out. I have not seen that.
I have not either.
But that's a remake. I know we mentioned it, or I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes. That had the exact same poster as the original.
True Barrymore. Yeah.
So that's something that we could potentially watch. And again, there's big Scream news. I'll let you do this,
ladies and gentlemen, people of the horror world. Kirby is back. Hayden Panettiere has been confirmed to be in the next Scream film. Well, obviously, we don't know who she's going to be in the sense of, like, is she's going to help, the children, or is going to play a major role, or just a small little cameo. I have no idea, but I don't care. I don't think she would. That she's there. Scream remake 2022. You saw it in the video that she was a survivor, and everybody was like, oh, is she going to come back? And she is back. Everybody's excited about this. I know that I am. I can't wait to see what they do. Hopefully, she has a significant role. Hopefully, she...
that's what I was going to mention. They wouldn't have mentioned that she's coming back if she's not going to have some sort of role. Yes. If it was a cameo, they wouldn't have announced her. They would have just...
yes and no. Honestly, in today's world, you don't know how they advertise things. They just want to grab people in as much as they possibly can.
That is true, but the way we've seen things traditionally, if it's a cameo, you don't announce it.
Right.
You'll hear, if anything, it'll leak that she's in a
true
small role, but they wouldn't plain announce it.
Well,
because people would be pissed if they say like, "Oh, she's in this movie," and then you go watch it and she's like in a minute.
Like I said, I'm excited. They also announced that
the original cast is coming back.
The original cast is coming back. If Randy's nephew doesn't die or his niece, I don't know. I don't think they're doing homage.
I hope they don't play it safe. Yeah,
because Randy died in Scream 2. This is the second film. There has to be some type of connection there.
That doesn't mean that they have to die, though.
Yeah, that means they have to die.
No, come.
I want them to die.
I want Sydney to die. No, so here's the thing, though. I just hope that they're not like hesitant to kill these characters. You know what I mean?
No, of course. You don't want to drag it. You don't want to drag
it.
Yeah, you don't want to drag it. That's what I'm saying. I want them to die.
I think. Did we get confirmation that Courtney Cox is coming back? Because I've seen her talk about it.
Yes, she's back. She's going to be there again. I don't know what her role is going to be either.
Neve Campbell, no word.
She should be there. I know you don't like that, but she should be there.
Somebody on Twitter said something that got me really excited. They were like, if they don't announce Neve Campbell in this movie, you watch the entire thing and it goes to the end, and you think the movie's ending, and then somebody picks up a phone and it's Sydney, and she gets killed and it fades to black, and then that's like the segue to the next Scream movie.
That'd be huge. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I know, but that would be I didn't think of that, but a smart way to segue into another movie would be to kill Sydney at the end of the movie.
Listen, there has been a lot of speculation that there's a third killer in the film that just came out. Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you see that? Did you see what was trending? Maybe that's what you're getting to. So the speculation about the third killer. I forgot what's the name. The name of the main girl in Scream.
Melissa McBride? No, that's someone else. What are you talking about?
In the latest Scream.
In the remake?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not the remake.
I'm drawing a blank right now. Give me a second.
The sister, the older
Sam.
sister.
Sam.
Yes.
Sam.
So somebody basically took the video of.
I saw the stabbing.
I mean, the way she stabbed, the way the Ghostface kills the cop outside of her house, and the way she stabs the killer at the end of the movie, and it's almost like, pretty
here's the
similar.
thing. I like stuff like that. I love comparisons like that. Wes Craven in the first two movies, especially the first one, he was very, very articulate in terms of how you can know who the killer is before. It was very hard, but also there was continuity that worked. And we don't want to see a killer end up here and not make sense. Like, how did that, happen? He was very careful to place everything the way it should be placed. And I hope they continue to do that. They did it great with the 2022 film. I like stuff like that. I love clues like that. And it does look pretty accurate, but no, I don't think that's the case here.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case because they wouldn't have thought that far in advance.
Exactly. And there could be a third killer. Well, you don't know. I think the sequel is already planned. But
you think it was planned when they made this one? When they made the last one? No, I don't think so. I think it's based on the success of the 2022 movie. I don't think it was planned. Or maybe they had an idea.
Nah, bro, they had a story. They had to have had a story ready, bro. There's no way, bro. They almost instantly, immediately announced it after,
but it was based on the success. I know, but it was also based on the success.
Doesn't mean that the story wasn't there. They had the story. It's just that they didn't really say, okay, like they were probably waiting. Like, if it does bad, we're not doing a sequel. If it does great, which it did, let's do it right away. So that's what they did. Yeah. But that's pretty much it.
When is 6 supposed to be announced? I mean, what's supposed to be released?
March 30th of 2023.
Damn, that's pretty soon, bro.
What?
That's pretty fast.
That's mad far away. What do you mean? They didn't even begin filming yet. They began filming June.
I know, but I mean, in terms of when did the last one come out?
January.
The last one came out this year.
January, yeah.
Bro, that's a year turnaround time. That's pretty good.
I know. Yeah, I know. Compared to how movies come out today every 2 years for some reason. I don't know.
That's the fastest turnaround time for a sequel.
I like it though. This is how it was back in the day, man. 96 came out, Scream 2, 97. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but they haven't. This is the first time they've done that in forever. I don't remember what was the last. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. When was the last time a movie got this fast of a sequel? Like, even outside of horror.
True. Very true.
Unless it was shot back to back. This wasn't shot back to back. This wasn't one movie split into two.
Halloween Kills, a year later.
Yeah, that's the only example you could give.
I mean, Halloween Ends. I'm sorry, after Halloween Kills.
Yeah,
I know.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty
recent.
Yeah. Have anything else to add?
No, for now I think we're good. We'll catch up on any other horror news on the next episode.
Yes.
Please, everyone, follow us on Instagram at Well That's Horrific, and follow us on TikTok at Well That's Horrific. Also, Twitter at That's Horrific.
Yes.
Because if you don't,
well, that's horrific. Peace.
Peace.